Alright. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the first parallel session of the second EDSA International on Intercultural Education. I'm honored to be here as your moderator, and I want to express my sincere gratitude to each and every one of you for joining us today in this room. First of all, please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Amanda Nurhafida, and I will be serving as your moderator to this parallel session. In this session, we are going to have two presentations. Let me explain you it in more detail. First, each presenter will be invited to present the materials with the duration of 15 minutes. Once all the presentations are finished, there will be a question and answer session with a duration of 20 minutes, which will be led by me. To all the participants, if you have any questions, you can drop it in the chat box or ask directly to the presenter by using the raise hand feature. But if you have any question during the presentation, you can drop it in the chat box. Remember to mention your name, affiliation, and to whom the question is addressed. And we will address it in the Q&A session. Last but not least, for all participants, please stay in the room until the presentation is finished. And to each presenter, specifically from Universitas Siliwangi, please remember to record your own presentation. Right? Without further ado, let's dive into the presentation and learn from our esteemed presenters. Our first presenters will discuss a case study examining the use of WhatsApp during final exam in the Survival English course. It will be presented by Vira Faradila, Nur Ihsani Jasmine, Deisna Futriani Dewi, Desti Adriani Dewi, and Irmayanti Rasidin Aulia from Universitas Siliwangi. Your time is 15 minutes. You are pleased to present.
All right, thank you for the moderator for the opportunity. We are from group 6 from class A, and we would like to present about a case study examining the use of WhatsApp during final exam in the Survival English course. So the first presenter will be Desti. For Desti, time is yours.
All right, thank you. And here I will explain about the background of the study. Research shows that WhatsApp can improve language learning, increase student motivation, and support online discussion. We researched this case because no researcher have investigated the use of WhatsApp during final exams. And this study focuses on exploring the use of WhatsApp in the final exam of Survival English course, examining its benefits and challenges from the student's perspective. Next. The research aims to conduct a case study on the use of WhatsApp during final exam in the Survival English course, exploring the following key questions. How is WhatsApp utilized by the student and lecturers in the Survival English course, specifically during the final exams? And What are the first stage benefits and challenges of using WhatsApp in language learning from students' perspective during the final examination of the Survival English course? And the aims of the research is to investigate the utilization of WhatsApp by students in the Survival English course with a specific focus on its role and effectiveness during the final exam period, and to explore the perceived benefits and challenges of using WhatsApp as a communication and learning tool from the perspective students enroll in the Survival English course during their final examination. That's all for me. I give it to the next presenter.
All right, I will continue the presentation about the research procedure. In this research, we use a combination of quantitative and qualitative method to gain a comprehensive understanding of students' perfection of WhatsApp use in the final exam of the Survival English course. And we use an online survey via Google Form. We total of participants, 17 participants, and this general survey aims to collect opinion from a large number of students and identify perception of using WhatsApp in exam. Google Form was chosen because of the ease of creating structured questionnaires and distributing them widely. And technique of data analysis, descriptive statistical analysis. Descriptive statistical analysis to examine the relationship between WhatsApp use, student engagement, and learning outcomes. A qualitative approach through semi-structured interview with a small number of students. This interview provides an open dialogue space to explore in more depth to the experience, benefit, challenges, and the strategies students use in integrating WhatsApp during exam. And direct observation of WhatsApp group interaction during the midterm exam through this observation we can understand directly how students utilize WhatsApp, the content they share, and the potential problems or challenges they face. It is hoped that the combination of these three methods can provide a comprehensive picture of the use of WhatsApp in context of the Survival English final exam, including the benefit, challenges, and strategy used by students. All right, that's all for me. And next presenter.
My name is Desna Putri Dewi. I want to present the finding and discussion we had previously. And we have interviewed 5 students who got A grades in the class. However, we only put 1 student's answer, which is sufficient to answer. And the first question is experience using WhatsApp during the final exams. Based on the students' experience, students were required to answer the final exams using voice note on WhatsApp within a predetermined time limit. Before the exam, students had to update their WhatsApp profile with a formal photo and use a real name along with their student's ID number. And during the exams, questions were provided to students via voice notes on WhatsApp, and students had to explain by recording voice note responses on WhatsApp. And the next question is the main benefit of using WhatsApp during the final exams. The benefit of WhatsApp is easy access and simplicity of submitting voice note responses and ability to conduct the exam under short deadlines. The next is challenges and difficulties while using WhatsApp during the exams. One of the challenges and difficulties that students share is maintaining focus due to the distraction from incoming messages. The next is perception of the usefulness of WhatsApp in language learning. The usefulness of WhatsApp is ease of use and familiarity with WhatsApp for receiving instruction and material from the teacher. The finding provide insight into how WhatsApp was utilized for the final exams in the Survival English course. With students recording voice note responses within a time limit, the perceived benefit included easy access and simplicity, while the challenges centered around maintaining focus due to distraction. Students also share their perspective on the usefulness of WhatsApp in language learning and highlighting both positive and potentially negative views. And by addressing these research questions, we can better understand the practical implementation of WhatsApp in language assessment and the student experience, which can inform future strategies and approaches. That's all from me. Thanks.
All right, I would like to continue to present the findings and discussion that we have discussed before. Please, next slide. From Google Form with 17 participants and all of them are undergraduate students. The Google Form contains the identities such as name, NPM or student's number, and then year of study, several questions, and the answers are 4 linear scales from strongly disagree to strongly agree. We put several questions into Google Form, but it divided into 4 main points. The first point is experience using WhatsApp during the final exam. As you can see that we found 58.8% of participants enjoyed the experience of using WhatsApp for language learning during exam, but 41.2% didn't share this level of enjoyment. Next. The second point is the main benefits of using WhatsApp during the final exam. As you can see that we found 58.8% of participants agreed that WhatsApp enhanced their engagement and participation, and a significant portion, 41.2%, disagreed. We know that WhatsApp enhanced their engagement and participation, categorized as one of the main benefits of using WhatsApp during the final exam. And the third point, it should be challenges and benefits. Challenges and difficulties while using WhatsApp during the exam. But we didn't put challenges and strategies into the Google Form question because we needed more explanation from the participants. So we thought that we only needed to ask by interview. All right, for the last point is perception of usefulness of WhatsApp in language. Previous slide, please. Perception of usefulness of WhatsApp in language learning. As you can see, 58.8% of participants found WhatsApp useful for language learning during the exam, but 41.2% didn't share this sentiment. So that's all from me. Thank you.
All right. My name is Vira Faradila Aule, and I will be delivered the last material. For the conclusion is this research contributes to the broader understanding of the role of technology in education, specifically in the context of high-stakes assessments. The findings underscore the importance of considering both the advantages and challenges associated with the use of WhatsApp or other digital tools in educational settings. A suggestion for future studies for the first one is investigate the potential of combining WhatsApp with other digital tools or platforms for a more comprehensive language learning experience. For the second is examine the role of WhatsApp in enhancing specific language skill. For example, is like reading, writing, listening, speaking, and develop target strategies for each skill. For the third is investigate the impact of different WhatsApp features. For example, it's like voice note, video calls, and file sharing on language learning and assessment. Suggestion for teachers for the first one is provide clear guidelines and training for students on the effective use of WhatsApp for language learning and assessments. The second is implement strategies to minimize distraction and maintaining focus during WhatsApp-based assessment. For example, is like setting time limits and disabling notifications. Third is foster a positive and supportive learning environment by addressing students' concerns and providing feedback on their WhatsApp-based submissions. And the last is stay update with the last features and updates of WhatsApp and explore new ways to integrate them into language teaching and learning. I think that's all for me. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for all the presenters. And that's all from group 6. Thank you very much for your kind attention. And I'm sorry for our mistakes. I give it back to the moderator.
All right. Thank you for such an informative presentation. It's very interesting topic to begin our discussion this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, let's move to the second presentation. This time we will discuss about students' perception of the preferred platform, a qualitative study on using social media for English vocabulary learning. This topic will be delivered by Elsa Safitri, Agisna Nurfauzia, Dewi Azahra, Dais Anggrayani N, and Azhari Faturrahman Iskandar from Universitas Siliwangi. Your time is 15 minutes. The screen is yours.
All right, thank you for the moderator. Good morning, everyone. Allow me to lead this presentation session on the topic student perception of the preferred platform, a qualitative study on using social media for English vocabulary learning. And in this session, we have Dais Anggrayani, Azhari Faturrahman, Agisna Nurfauzia, Dewi Azahra, and I, Elsa Safitri, as a speaker. To utilize our time, let's move on the first material about background, which will be presented by Dais. For Dais, the time is yours. Explain about the background. The issue. Lack of understanding of student perception of the most effective in prepared social media platforms for English vocabulary learning. The effective integration of social media platforms into English vocabulary instruction requires a deep understanding of student preferences and their perceived effectiveness of this platform. Without this understanding, educators may not be able to optimize the use of social media in their teaching practice, ultimately limiting the potential benefits or vocabulary acquisition. And for the gap, reveals how students perceive each platform, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, English vocabulary. The gap in prepared effectiveness likely stems for the differing content formats and learning approaches inherent to each platform. TikTok and Instagram tend to present vocabulary in more isolated, the contextualized ways, while YouTube offers a better balance of explicit interaction and naturalistic language use. And for the focus, the study looks on student perception of YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram tips on how to incorporate social media into their teaching and build effective language learning environments. This qualitative study seeks to fill gaps in exciting the research by investigating students' attitude toward YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram for English vocabulary development. It will especially a student how use each platform is for learning new terms. Thank you. That's all from me. Thank you. Back to the moderator. Okay, thank you. It's such a great presentation. And for the next material is about the formulation of the problem and the aim of the research that will be presented by Dewi. For Dewi, the time is yours.
Okay, thanks to moderator. Next, formulation of the problems. How do students perceive YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram for English language learning? And which platform do they find most effective for achieving their learning objectives? Next, aim of the research to explore students' perception of YouTube, TikTok, Instagram for English language learning, identify to perceive benefits and drawbacks of each the aims to explore students' perception of these three popular social media platforms and their effectiveness in providing English vocabulary learning by understanding how students perceive and utilize these platforms for vocabulary learning. Educators can gain valuable insight into integrating them into learning practices, creating more engaging and effective learning experiences. So, by understanding students' educators can make informed choices in integrating social media into vocabulary teaching, creating relevant and engaging learning activities, and creating self-directed learning environments. Okay, that's all from me. Back to moderator.
Thank you, Dewi. And the next material is about the literature review and research procedure that will be presented by Agis. For Agis, the time is yours.
Okay, thanks to the moderator. For our literature review is our English vocabulary learning and social media. That vocabulary is a fundamental component of language proficiency. The more words you know in English, the better you can understand spoken and written language as well as express yourself effectively. So here, George Ivana said that a strong vocabulary is essential for effective communication and comprehension. And for the social media, as we know that social media refers to the various online platforms and technologies that enable people to create, share, and exchange content and ideas with one another. Some of the most popular social media platforms are this. Okay, next, for the research procedure. We use the method we use that is qualitative research that approach, understand, and explore human experiences and perspective in depth, focus on collecting and analyzing by observation. And the setting and participant target students enrolled in English language learning program or a university known for active social media use. That 5 undergraduate students at one of university in Tasikmalaya, Siliwangi University, who actively use social media as a tool for education. For collecting data, we use semi-structured interviews by conduct in a private and comfortable setting chosen by the participant, such as online platform or on campus location. And the last point, we are analyzing the data using thematic analyzing by identifying commonalities, differences, and relationship across participant perspectives. And we'll see the light on student preference for specific platform and the strategies they find most effective for language learning within these social media environments. That's for the literature review and research. Back to the moderator.
Okay, thank you, Agisna. And the next material is about research finding and the discussion that will be presented by Azhari. For Azhari, the time is yours.
Okay, thank you for giving me the time to explain the findings and the discussion. So the findings we found, there are 5 points. The first one is the study found that all student participants regularly use social media platforms like Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok for leisure and informal learning, spending 2 to 3 hours daily on this platform. The second one is students found social media usage varied, with some daily users preferring Instagram and other using YouTube more frequently. This suggests that personal factors such as amusement usage influence their platform preferences. The third one is students found social media platform helpful in increasing their English vocabulary. They believe following language learning accounts and discovering new words help them learn foreign terminology. And the fourth one is the study found that student evaluation of the most effective platform for acquiring new vocabulary varied based on their learning preferences. Some preferred Instagram or TikTok due to shorter video formats, while others preferred YouTube due to its diverse instructional content. And the last one is students found social media vocabulary useful for personal and academic purposes, finding relevant content by searching for phrases related to specific themes. This research suggests that language learned from platforms can be used in various contexts, and students found the words meaningful and practical, highlighting the platform's ability to expand vocabulary based on individual settings. Moving on to the discussion, we also find 5 points. The first one is the study found that YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok can help students learn English words, but their effectiveness varies based on individual learning preferences. Some students preferred shorter videos, while others preferred longer content. This suggests that no single platform is perfect for all learners, and a personalized approach could enhance vocabulary acquisition. The second one is students learn new vocabulary words through language account and social media content on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, which they applied in everyday discussion and academic situation. The third one is students found challenges in using social media for vocabulary learning due to its distraction like notification and advertisement, difficulty finding engaging and educational content, and limited feedback on mistakes. The fourth one is the study reveals that students' success in learning English vocabulary through social media platforms like YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok is influenced by various factors. Students are motivated by the ease of obtaining knowledge, autonomy over speed, and a relaxed environment. And the last one, the study identifies external barriers to students' efficient use of social media for vocabulary development, including slow internet speeds, lack of self-control, and limited mobile data plan. Thank you. That's all from me.
Thank you, Azhari. Such a great presentation. And for the next material, will be the last material is about the conclusion and suggestion that will be delivered by me. And for the conclusion, this study provides valuable insight to student diverse perspective on the use of YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram for learning English vocabulary. The finding of this study offer practical suggestions for educators in utilizing social media to create ways of learning vocabulary that are customized to students' need and preference. Despite differences in perception among students about the best social media platform for vocabulary acquisition, the study found some consistent patterns. In addition, factors such as easy of use, content preference, and suitable to individual learning style also emerge as consideration in platform selection. And these findings provide valuable insight for the future educators and offer practical suggestions for educators to create a more engaging, interactive, and customized English vocabulary learning experience. By strategical utilizing social media, we can drive student engagement and motivation in mastering vocabulary more effectively. This allow them to develop more engaging vocabulary acquisition active that are tailored to the needs and preference of individual students. In this way, a more effective and meaningful English vocabulary learning experience can be created. That for me, thank you for being part of this presentation. I hope you gain a lot of insight and inspiration that from our group. I turn back to the moderator.
All right. Thank you for such an insightful presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, we have completed the presentation session. So it's time for us to enter the Q&A session with a duration of 20 minutes. We highly encourage your active participation. So please feel free to ask questions to our presenters in this session. You can drop the question in the chat box, or you may use the raise hand feature and unmute your microphone if you want to ask your question directly to the presenter. Don't forget your name, your affiliation, and whom your question is addressed to. Please.
Excuse me, may I ask?
Yes, please.
All right, my name is Tamji Senapandi from class B from Siluangi University. I want to ask you, what is the novelty of your research?
Sorry, so please mention your affiliation and to whom your question is addressed. Thank you. All right, the question is for both presenters. So please answer from each group. Okay, please, the first presenters. You may answer the question.
All right, thank you, moderator. I will answer the question for G. Just having a final exam on WhatsApp is something new, and we haven't found my mini article related to this. So Our research is also new. That's all.
Okay, thank you. So please to the second presenter. You may answer the question.
All right, let me try to answer the question. So the contribution of this research lies in its specificity regarding students' perception of using three popular social media platforms, that is YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, for English vocabulary learning by employing qualitative interview to gain deep insight into learners' subjective views for their experience, and we can gain a comprehensive understanding of how students perceive the effectiveness of each platform in supporting their English vocabulary learning. These findings can provide valuable insight for educators to optimize the use of social media platform in English language teaching. That's the answer. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the second presenters. Ramzi, do you got it?
Yes, thank you.
All right. Is there anyone else who want answer the question?
I would like to ask a question, please.
Yes, of course.
All right. So my name is Nabila Sylvia Zahra. I'm from Siliwangi University, and my question is for the first presenter, which is Vira's group. So I would like to ask, is there any difficulties or obstacles while you were collecting the data in the field? That's all. Thank you.
All right, thank you. So please, the first presenters, you can answer the question.
Let me try to answer. So we have any difficulties? We face any difficulties during the data collection in the field? The difficulty in getting students to fill out the Google form. The initial target was to have 20 participants, but only 17 participants were obtained. This is why the interviews were somewhat hindered. That's all. Thanks.
All right, thank you. Nabila, do you got it?
Okay, it's clear. Thank you.
We have 5 minutes left for this session. So everyone who want answer the question, please drop in the chat box, or you can raise your hand in the future. Of course. There's a question from Sasi Kirana. Hello, my name is Sasi from Universitas Siliwangi. I would like to ask the second presenter, what are the next steps that will be taken based on the result of the research? So please, the second presenters, you may answer the question.
Okay, sorry, give us a minute for answer the
All right, I will give you 1 minute. It is enough.
And reference. Based on the finding, the researcher will draw conclusion and make recommendation for educators on optimizing different social media integration into vocabulary interaction according to student goals, style, and platform features. And the conclusion will then be disseminated through conference and publication to contribute. Potential follow-up interview will with the participant may evaluate the practical impact of strategies suggestion by the outcome and provide direction for the future enhancing social media role education. That's from me.
All right, thank you. Nasi, do you get it? All right, we have time 3 minutes left. So I think it's enough for one person who want to ask the question, please. Is there anyone else who want to ask the question? So please drop it on the chat box or raise your hand picture. Is there anyone else who want to ask the question?
may I ask one more question?
Yes, please.
Okay, maybe I want to ask the first presenter about their research. So what is the relevance of your research to the current situation now, especially in Indonesia? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So please, the first presenters, you may answer the question.
I'm sorry. We need a minute for discuss first. Can we?
I give you 1 minute for discuss. It is enough.
Yes, enough. Thank you.
Okay, I will answer the question. The relevance of this research and the interface between technology, education, and exam integrity, particularly in the context of distant or online learning, as digital communication platforms become increasingly integrated into educational practices. It is important to understand the implication for academic integrity and learning outcomes.
That's all. All right, thank you to the first presenters. I think, Gina, do you have any question? You were raising your hand earlier.
Yes, I want to ask to the second presenter. What are the most popular social media platforms that students use for English vocabulary learning? Yes.
Thank you. So please, the presenter, you may answer the question.
Okay, thank you. May I answer the question? And that's from our research, from 5 participants, 2 participants that they choose YouTube, and 2 participants they choose Instagram for learning English vocabulary.
That's all?
Yeah, that's from me.
Okay, Gina, do you get it? All right. I think that's all for the Q&A session. It means we finally come to the end of this parallel session. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the organizing committee and the entire conference team, I want to express our heartfelt gratitude to all the presenters and participants Your contribution make this conference a vibrant and enriching experience for everyone involved. Now, let me capture this wonderful moment. So please, to everyone, turn on your camera. Please turn on your camera. So, 1, 3, 2, 1. All right. All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to attend the keynote speaker after this in the main room from Fahid Bahrami, PhD candidate from University New South Wales, Australia. So to all participants, see you in the main room. I am Amada Nur Hafidah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Amada.